driving around last night, part of the game, I was listening on the radio, and to hear the analysis of the great Devin McCourty doing the game from the stadium. And so McCourty on the touchdown on Philadelphia's last score, even their signature play is not going the way they want it to go, because McCourty was up in arms. He was like, wait a minute, there's movement. The officials aren't calling this right. He said, hey, this is the last year of the tush push. I agree with them. It probably is. This is the last year of the tush push. Teams can't stop it. He said, I'm not anti-tush push, but you gotta, if I'm a defensive player, you gotta call this correctly. And so on the touchdown, or a couple of times they're moving and it's not called. And so there's
Tyler Steen going early if you're watching.
There it is. Even on the tush push, their thing, the distinctly Philadelphia play, they're not doing that like they used to either. So everything is a little bit off with the Eagles.
And there's Michael Parsons chiming in. This is not football, with a double trash can emoji. Not one, but two. And they ran it 4 times. So the degree of difficulty to officiate has become the new straw man, although it may be the silver bullet to getting rid of it. Because unless it's some sort of a false flag operation by the officials to deliberately miss the false starts, to build momentum, to justify getting rid of the tush push, and if that's the case, it's brilliant, right? But I always say the NFL is not capable of pulling off a conspiracy. They can barely manage things. And I don't want to go too far and get myself in trouble, but I lean on incompetence, not conspiracy. And it takes a high degree of competence to spot that movement in real time. Terry McCauley was kind of making an excuse last night. Well, in super slow-mo, they clearly moved early. But if we speed it up, it's harder to see. But that's become the argument. It's very difficult to officiate, so let's get rid of it. It doesn't look like football. Cue Micah Parsons. Let's get rid of it. Last night we saw an injury on the touchdown. Let's get rid of it. The other thing that the Giants, and I'm surprised they didn't do it, because the whole thing that brought the tush push onto the front burner last offseason was the Frankie Louvu jumping off sides multiple times in the NFC Championship. That, right. I think, commissioner sitting down in his basement with his leather chair and bowl of M&Ms from the 2020 virtual draft, watching the game, throwing M&Ms at the TV like Mickey throwing soup at the screen when Rocky was getting called out by Apollo Creed, right? We got to get rid of this thing. Mike Pereira, 3 days later, oh, that ugly display, they're going to come after the rule. And I remember thinking, well, why would they do that? Why would the efforts, the futile and desperate efforts to stop this play, be the thing that kills it? But you know what? It almost did. And I don't know why anyone facing the Giants, first and goal from the 1, I don't know why anyone isn't timing aggressively and jumping offside. Half the distance. Okay, wait, we're going to move the ball. Where was the ball? Okay, okay, down over. And just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Make them award a touchdown. Create a spectacle that is embarrassing to the league that will get you the 2 extra votes to get rid of it if the Giants want to get rid of it. So I feel like all these things coming together, Michael, yeah, they had 68.75% of the league last year.
Right.
Just takes 2 more to get to 75%, and it's going to be night-night for the tush push, which may be night-night for the Eagles. I mean, they aren't running the tush push very much because they aren't in position to do it.
That's right. And I think, as you said, the vote was so close, you can't think that it's going to be here forever. It barely passed. And who knows why certain teams voted for it in early 2025 or late 2024. Who knows why certain teams voted for it? They may not vote the same. Hey, we're in a different position now. Or we didn't want to seem like it was sour grapes and, they won the Super Bowl and we were voting against the champions. If they don't win the Super Bowl this year.
Let them keep doing it.
Yeah, maybe. If they don't win the Super Bowl this year, who knows? Maybe they get maybe it's a rout. Maybe it's not even close and the tush push is over. I like it, but I think there's just so much resistance to it. There's so much talk about it now. I think it's inevitable. It probably won't be here next season.
You make a great point, though. If only one team can do it and no one can stop it, and the team that is the only one that did it is no longer effective enough to do it well and parlay it into a championship, the true impetus, we want to take away their toy. That's the true impetus. Everything else is just packaging and PR and spin. If they're no longer having as much fun with that toy that isn't available in stores for any of the other 31 kids to buy, then we don't care anymore. That's possible. It's possible the tush push dies a natural death. That is possible, but there's been so much already this year. Yeah, if they miss the playoffs, which isn't a ridiculous proposition, if they don't get back to the Super Bowl, which looks more likely today than it did on Sunday, then maybe they just say, who cares? Keep doing it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're no longer running roughshod over the league with it because you're no longer good enough to do so.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.